Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Supernaturals. Once again, I beat Cal to it.
I was going to say, welcome to Supernaturals, tired edition.
True. I'm so exhausted.
We are both quite tired.
You know when you dream?
Dream.
Okay, Shark Boy, chill out. I know we've made that joke many times, but God, I feel like we start off almost the same way. Let's go somewhere different here. I don't know. Anyway,
you know, trigger words and it like triggers stuff. You know,
dude, I get it. I get it. Every time, like, there's just something small movie quote about it.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not the only people. I'm sure
we're not weird.
I'm sure
we are weird, but
I'm sure when some people heard you say dream, they were like dream.
Or when you say it, they're like, yeah, Shark Boy in love with a girl.
Close your eyes, shut your mouth. They started doing the whole thing.
Dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen that movie in a while. But what I was going to say, and get to the point here, is, you know, when you dream, your mind is racing, just like we had said a few minutes ago. Your mind is racing all night, and you wake up just like eyes heavy, bags under your eyes, and you just like feel like you didn't actually sleep.
And your palms are sweaty.
Knees weak.
Arms are heavy.
Just vomit on a sweater already or something like that.
Spaghetti.
Something like that. I don't know. Someone said that. I can't remember who, but.
I don't know. Some guy from Detroit, I guess.
Who knows? I don't know his name. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, though. It's when you're sleeping and you have a dream, your brain just works hard.
It does.
So you are just tired.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Jake had a good dream last night. I had a bad dream last night.
I will never find Miss Perfect. That is what my dream told me. But she was there, at least in my dream. So can be happy in some place, bro.
Yeah.
Literally the girl in my dreams. Like I said, we're tired, but we're here for you.
Gotta pop up in one of these bad boys.
I know. I got my drink. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to buy Bailey's. I keep saying I want Bailey's in my coffee, and here I am still without it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we're doing an ad for Bailey's.
I didn't say go buy it. I just said I want it.
It's the same thing.
No, oh my God. I'm not telling people to go get it.
I haven't had one of these in so long, though. It's blurred, but it's the blue can.
Is it blurred? Oh, you covered it?
Ultra blue. Yeah, it's covered. Oh. And it's in the way where the thing looks.
Cal literally told me the other day, he goes, dude, I think I'm going to give them up. I think I'm done.
I did not say that.
Or cut back a little bit.
I said I'm going to cut it down to one a day.
That's still crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It's really not that crazy.
It really isn't, because I drink like 2 cups of coffee a day.
You know how many people drink like 8 Red Bulls a day?
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of them. I
just know we were sponsoring Red Bull.
Okay, well, there was honestly more saying I was in like a bad light. Okay, so leave me to my... I'm trying to find another way to say that. Whatever. Who fucking cares?
Anyway. You know what he's drinking.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. I just lost.
I was like, whoa, dude. Jake just went quiet.
I just literally drew a blank. Well, my fault. Sorry. This is why I don't try to do things tired, because my brain is just donezo for the day.
No,
we've been grinding today. So sorry, I was laying down and I almost fell asleep.
Yeah, I told Jake I had I buy cases of these now.
Buy them by the case.
Yeah.
Does it save money? Or is it roughly the same?
No, it saves money. It definitely saves money. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. Regardless, it saves money. And so I had it. It was coming. We were just finished grinding this morning and doing a couple things, contracts, shit like that. And I was like, Jake, it says it's 3 stops away. I need one for the pod. And he was like, all right, for sure. And so we kind of took a pause. I went and played some Assassin's Creed, and Jake just went and hung out. And yeah, I got tired. Jake got tired. And then it actually took like an hour before he got here. But they got here.
He comes in 2 hours later and goes, it's 2 stops away. I'm like,
2
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It wasn't 2 hours, but it was a while.
It felt like a long time. I watched a whole episode of Gordon Ramsay's show. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not doing an ad for you, Gordon. Not yet.
Just free shout outs this whole episode. You get a shout out. You get a shout out. Anyway, yeah. So today Well, Jake, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, we're talking about some crazy people out there in the world, you know?
You read the
I know. I was trying to make a good segue to it.
The segue's in the thing.
I was honestly gonna make a segue from dreams into this. That would have been really cool, but you cut me off. Just so like
I didn't know what I was trying to say because I don't usually have you read the introductions. So I was like, there is a segue in there. I made sure.
Okay, Cal.
Sorry.
All right. So let's relax. Take a breath. Everybody lock in. Here we go. Have you ever had any strange encounters with another individual? I'm not talking about the situation where your waiter at Chili's says, "Enjoy your meal," and you say, "You too." No, we're talking about those encounters where you feel as though you are threatened. Think of Laurie Strode when she meets Michael Myers outside of her classroom. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
You know, Cal, I'm sure you have a story.
I do.
Yours more threatening, definitely, than mine. I do have a strange encounter, but I'll save it for after.
Yeah,
because it's a little more lighthearted and kind of inspirational, nonetheless.
So, yeah, I guess the whole point of this episode is that we wanted to, there's times when, like, the world is a weird place.
Good and bad, right?
Yeah, you can just it's kind of in a way the same thing as I've mentioned before. When I go out, I tend to have an issue with constantly meeting girls from my past. Yeah. And it's like, why? Like, why are you?
Why is the universe torturing you like that? Right.
Yeah. And it's a weird thing for sure. But, there's definitely situations where you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And, there's the opposite of that. You could be in the right place at the right time. But I think, we want to look at, because we're a horror podcast, when things go wrong. So, that was kind of the point of this episode. So go.
Oh, I said you go because yours is more threatening.
You want me to go first?
Yeah. And I'll do the more lighthearted one after before we dive back into some scary stories.
So, I'll go first. So I basically had there was one night we were out. It was during my club era. And, I met this girl and it was actually kind of fun. And, I had my boys with me and they all were like, "All right, man, bar's about to close. Like, we're going home." And, as you do, she was like, "Oh, come back to my place." And I was like, "All right, for sure." So all my rides were gone, right? I was going to go with this girl and we're outside of the bar now. It's 2:00, like 2:15 or something. I think we were waiting for an Uber or something like that. And
Uber's here.
Yeah. We're sitting there and then all of a sudden, there's this, we're at like a intersection. And so we're on one stoplight and across the road, there's a guy and a girl, similar situation. He's got his arm around his lady and, they're just laughing, talking. And this homeless guy comes up and was like, "Hey man, you got any change?" And, I'm sitting here talking to the girl and I see that down the other way. And he asked the guy, he's like, you got any money or anything? And the kid was like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm sorry. I spent it all inside the bar." And the dude literally straight up goes, "I know you're fucking lying." And
what a change of
it was crazy. And then he was like, "No, man." He's like, I'm seriously, I don't have any money. And he goes, No. He said, "Quit fucking around." And he pulls out like literally like this silver pistol. I remember seeing that shit. As soon as I saw that, I went, "Nope." And I took off running. The girl comes running after me. And then she was like, "Wait, I'm going my house is this way," or whatever. And I go, "Okay, bye."
And then the infamous voicemail.
I just took off. Yeah. And then I call Jake and Josh and I was like, "Guys, I'm like, this crazy shit happened. I need you to come get me." And they did. And it was funny because Jake was quite drunk. Josh drove and Jake was quite drunk. And I called him, or no. You called me. I didn't have my phone, like, because I was running, through the streets of Denver at 3:00 in the morning. And the voice message, it was like 5 minutes long. We listened to it the next day, and it's Jake going like, it's just a bunch of muffled stuff, and then you kind of can hear little things. And then the end of the message, Jake is like, wait, I'm calling Cal. He's like, Cal, we're coming to get you.
It was funny.
No, but that was freaky because, I mean, that guy could have been just on my side of the street.
Right.
And like, I don't know what happened to the other dude. Like, I don't, they literally could have just been me.
No, the more and more I think about it, the more and more the streets of this city are just so much more dangerous than they used to be.
Well,
as of lately, it seems. Mm-hmm. The bars we used to go to, shit, people bringing out guns and stuff and shooting at security guards for not letting you in. It's just a crazy place.
Yeah, no, I agree though. It's definitely gotten bad, but
all right, man. It's kind of the way it is.
What about you?
My story,
yeah,
is not as threatening at all. It's a little lighthearted. It's inspirational. Came in a moment of my life when I was feeling down, depressed, super alone.
Oh, so recently?
I'm talking not now, but so I'm kind of in the same boat. But yeah, I can't remember when it exactly was. Maybe how many years into college was I? 1 or 2, so maybe 2015, 2016. Long time ago. But starts off, I'm working at Walmart, making my way through college, living at home. My parents are, helping me get through college. I drive to school every day down to the Springs. It was like an hour and a half commute each way. It was a long haul just to get to and from school. And the days I wasn't going to school, I was working at Walmart trying to make money so I could get the hell out of my parents' house. Because, at that point in my life, I was like, I've lived here way too long. I'm ready to go. Even though, they provided me food, a house.
Yeah, honestly, if you live at your parents' house still,
we're not bashing you at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get put in bad situations and you just need some financial stability that they have.
Not even that, but like, dude, low key is kind of a smart play.
It's a hard world out here. It's expensive.
I should have stayed longer.
No, you should not.
You know how much more money I would have right now?
Chill out. Anyway, so, living in a good place, working at Walmart, down on my luck, down on life kind of at the moment. I'm sitting there stocking shelves at 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday or something. Can't really remember the exact day. But I'm sitting there just stocking, and all of a sudden this guy just walks up right up to me and goes, "Hey, man." I'm like, "Hi, how are you doing, sir? You need help finding anything?" The typical bullshit that you got to say.
Okay, you're better than me. I just walk by him.
Well, he approached me, so I felt like...
I just be like, "What's up?" That's all I do. What's up? They're like,
I felt like I felt like I needed to help him. And he's like, "Nah, I just wanted to talk to you." And I'm like, "Okay, sure, fire away." And he just told me this story about how he's died and got hit by a car, brought back to life, found God through religion and all this crazy stuff. And, I'm not like the biggest believer myself, but like his story just kind of hit home. It was crazy. And he was just kept going on about how I needed to, believe in the church, believe in God and all this stuff. And I was just like, this is a crazy conversation. Mm-hmm. But, I'm smiling, listening, nodding, being respectful of what he's saying. And he eventually just like gets my name, I get his or whatever. And I shake his hand and then he just doesn't say bye. He just turns around and walks away. And it was the strangest encounter I've ever came across. The dude just vanished from the store. And usually working in a small town at this Walmart, I usually knew a lot of people that would come in because you just work there so often. You see familiar faces all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And I never saw that guy again. Never once. Really? You would think like if he saw me, maybe he'd come up to me again. Nope. Never seen him again. And it was just strange. I'm like, was he even fucking real? Like, did I just like witness something crazy? I don't know. But I've thought about that for a lot, like during the times that I get down and stuff. But I don't know. You just got to push through life.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I see it. But it was a crazy experience, so.
No, that is definitely wild. I mean, there are stories I've heard of people who, they're at their lowest, and then that's when something happens.
I know. To some, yeah.
Yeah. It's a crazy thing, yeah. But anyway.
Pretty wild out there. But, with this situation, things were pretty nice and in my favor. Mm-hmm. But that is not the case for some.
Was that your
segue? So sit back, turn the lights off.
No, hang on. we haven't said this yet. We're about them.
I know. Well, today we're going to let you guys do the talking. We asked you to send in your submissions, and you guys didn't fail to impress. These stories are some of the most insane we have ever heard. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and follow along as we read some of your strange encounters. Part 1.
I'll give you that, though. That was a good segue.
It was good. I honestly was like, I forgot about that.
I'm like, we haven't even said that they're like, it's their stories.
Yeah, I know.
They're probably still like,
but it was such a good segue.
It was. I'll give it to you. That was a good one.
I don't know.
Segue, wrong time.
Segways. Never rode one, though.
A Vespa. So we got 3 stories here submitted by you guys.
3.
And pretty bonkers, man. They're pretty bonkers.
Yes, they are.
They're pretty bonkers, bruv. Oh. Welcome back to Love Island. The contestants to make them their way down to the bonfire.
Still never seen that show.
It's good, kind of.
Don't a lot of people like it, though?
But the biggest one, though, that I think is sick is Temptation Island.
Temptation Island?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's on, is it USA? I think it's USA. It's essentially where
just tempted, with sex?
Well, they bring in couples, and then they bring in a whole, like 20 singles, and the singles have to, break up the couples.
That's so fucked.
Oh, it's so fucked. And it's crazy to see. Dude, there's crazy drama on that. I mean, it's...
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean...
They select those people on purpose, though.
They definitely are picking...
vulnerable people in a
very,
bad place.
Yeah. They're trying to definitely, get, they're
cause
trying
some
to...
drama, stir the pot.
They're trying to wipe the squad, of all the couples. That's, I think, because there's 4 couples, so it literally is just, squad wipe.
Tough.
Yeah. The singles usually get the victory royale. So
Number 1 victory royale.
It is a good show, though. I actually enjoy it because, it makes me realize that, being in a relationship is actually not that great. So
in today's age.
Anyway, let's get into it, guys.
Tough out there.
So the first story is by Haven Hale.
Shout out. Thank you.
Hi, guys. So this is my mom's story. She finally felt like she wanted to share it with the world, even though she's always tried to forget it. She narrated this story to me so I could share it here. I hope you like it. Thank you. We did. This happened to me in the early 80s when I was about 14 or 15 years old. I lived on a quiet street in the suburbs of my city, which sat on a Spanish island in the Atlantic Ocean. My home was small and peaceful, but you wouldn't necessarily call it the countryside, but close. Unfortunately, back then, it became a local issue that little girls started disappearing. But it wasn't yet a topic of discussion between the towns and neighborhoods. Most of my friends lived in the city, so I would often take the bus to go meet them. That day, around 5 or 6 p.m., I decided to start walking to the bus stop, since I was going to meet my friend that evening. The bus stop wasn't actually that far from my house, maybe a half a mile in distance. It was located on a quiet street, but would always feature at least a few cars or people walking around. So the path was lined with old street lamps that flickered even in the daylight. I had taken this route so many times that I knew it like the back of my hand.
Do people actually know the back of their hand that well? Are you actually looking at it that often? It's a popular saying, but I really don't find myself going, yeah, I know I got this freckle.
I think it's the part of your body that you probably see more than anything else. I can't see my face, like, unless I'm looking in a mirror.
I mean, that's true. You see your feet,
like,
though.
Yeah, but like if you look down, it's like your hand is kind of like when you're driving, your hand's up. When
it's true. It is the most seen.
Writing, your hand, you know, when you're typing, your hands.
It's like, it's just an odd saying, though, because you really don't know it, but you see it.
What saying isn't odd? I mean, there's like
true.
You can't bake a cake and eat it too, or whatever that one is. It's like if I bake a cake, I'm gonna eat it. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You know, sayings are just weird. I don't know.
Facts.
Anyway, when I got there, I noticed that the street was completely dead and had no cars or nobody could be seen around. Not paying much attention to it, I just stood there for a few minutes waiting for my bus. A while later, I noticed a white van slowly approaching my direction and started slowing down right next to the bus stop. I didn't think much of it. Like maybe they were just parking or looking for something. But then 2 men got out and started walking towards me. One of them looked normal enough, but the other man caught my attention because his face was kind of deformed, with one hollow eye socket where his left eye should have been. Full-on James Bond villain. That's crazy. His other eye locked onto mine, and the intensity of his gaze made me freeze on the spot. Before I could even process what was happening, they had a hold of me. One grabbed my arm with a grip so tight it felt like my bones were going to snap, and the other wrapped his arm around my waist, dragging me towards the van. Neither of them said a word, although, to be honest, their silence was worse than anything they could have said.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
Them not saying anything.
Yeah.
And you're just getting dragged away.
Well, it's like Art the Clown, right?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't say anything and it makes him like scarier.
Silent killers.
Michael Myers. Yeah. Yeah. But then you got Freddy who's cracking jokes and you're like, this guy's kind of funny. Yeah. So I get that. I started screaming and kicking as hard as I could, but there was literally nobody I could see around. I remember I even started yelling fire, fire, since my mom had told me it was like a code for people who were getting abducted. It really was a horrific feeling seeing myself getting pulled closer to the van, knowing I couldn't do anything to avoid it. Despite my yelling and fighting, they shoved me into the van. And as I landed on the floor, I saw a third man with a bandana covering his face and a Doberman that was staring right at me with a disgusting, creepy face that still haunts me to this day. It was at the moment that I started to think that no one would help me or even hear me at all. I started struggling and fighting back, and I kind of managed to get them off me for a second, but they kept grabbing me and pulling me back in. I remember this distinctive metallic smell inside of the van, like rust or maybe blood. I was able to get out of the van for a brief moment, and here I felt like probably the luckiest person on earth because out of nowhere, my older brother showed up. He didn't live with us at the time, so coincidentally, he was probably visiting us that day. I don't remember why he was there, but all that mattered was that he was there. He started yelling and throwing punches at the men. In the struggle, they let go of me. I managed to pull myself free and run away. The men seemed to be caught off guard. After a few seconds of fighting, they ran back into their van, slammed the doors, and sped off. Right after that moment, we ran home. I started crying in desperation. The walk home was hard since my legs were shaking nonstop. I felt overwhelmed and couldn't really process what just happened to me. People who have experienced something similar to this know how shocked and paranoid you start feeling after this. We reported it to the police later that night, but they didn't do much. Things like this weren't taken very seriously back then. Thoughts?
Tears? Definitely justified there, for sure. And what a miracle to have your brother just show up at the perfect moment.
See,
that you needed him the most.
I used to think
that's just crazy.
When I heard stories like this, I used to think, no way, like that's surreal, right? Like coincidentally, that just happened. And then I, lived like I went through my life, and it's like
happen all the time.
That does happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some that aren't as lucky, but this lady was. And power to her.
Yeah, no.
And her brother.
Hero. Ooh, dude, if I was a brother, like
a brother.
I know. I was going to say, like, if I was the brother in that situation and one of my sisters, well, granted, my sisters are like kind of yoked. Like I could see them fighting off like a,
but dude, take on like 3.
No, that's what I'm saying is like, regardless, dude, I'd be coming for that ass. Oh, that'd be sick. Imagine you're just like chilling. You just see my big ass like coming at you. You'd probably be like, oh shit.
Do you ever think they live always wanting to just like thank them all the time for their life? Or do you think that just like goes kind of away with time?
What do you mean?
So like, if someone saves your life, are you just like eternally in their debt, or do you just have to like forget that kind of happened and just be thankful that you're still around?
No, I definitely think you keep that around for a long time, probably forever. I think that's something as traumatizing as this, where if that person wasn't there to save your life, I mean, you're
in a completely different situation.
You're in a completely different situation. Probably wouldn't even be here. Right. But like you could have been, this lady could have been tortured. She could have been, and
then the daughter would have never told the story, and then we would have never heard the story.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with remember the Kamar Dobbin incident. Mm-hmm. It's, well, granted, she kind of saved herself, but
when someone lives to tell the tale.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, so we, her entire group lost their minds on that mountain. Mm-hmm. They like started, offing themselves, and then, she just was unaffected and just left. She got to like live.
I know.
And it's definitely those Russians, but
if you haven't seen the Kamar Dobbin episode,
yeah, go see it. It's a good Unsolved episode.
Yep.
It's a fun one. But yeah, so it's like, it is always cool when we get a story where like the person lived to tell it, because like if the lady in Kamar Dobbin didn't make it, like
there would have been so much more unknown.
Well, I mean, we probably wouldn't even know about it. You know how many
That's
other
true.
Like,
we probably would have never,
because I think it was a government test personally. So you know how many other things have probably happened and there hasn't been survivors, so we just have no idea that it happened. Crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
So anyway, we're happy your mom got out of that situation.
Yes.
All right, Jake, lead us into story 2.
This one is brought to you by...
God, that'd be so sick.
Now, story 2, they decided to keep their name hidden. So, this happened over 10 years ago, but I still think about how close I came to dying. I was already with my future husband at the time, but I remember meeting his cousin. We had a lot in common, actually. We'd both struggled with addiction and anorexia. It was actually quite nice at first. We'd talk on the phone and meet up to get something to eat. One time I remember we even went to a movie. But as we got back to his car, I was ready to go home, and then he pulled me in and kissed me.
Oh.
Yeah. Wild. Just, he went for it there. Wow.
Your cousin's fiance? Good God.
Yeah. I pulled away, and despite his apologies and pleading, I decided it was best if we stopped talking to one another. Yeah, I'd say so. Probably just cut that off a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's, do you think that happens often?
I don't, maybe.
Like you think that like somebody in your family brings home like a girl that and then you just fall in love with her?
I mean, okay. My mom watches a lot of Lifetime movies.
It does sound like a Lifetime thing, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying your story is a Lifetime movie, but on these Lifetime movies,
yeah,
I see a lot of like brothers or sisters fall for their siblings' love, and then they cheat and get with the brother or sister or whatever. And I'm just like, what the hell? Does this actually happen like more often than we realize?
So that's what I'm going to say. I can't verify that. I have 2 sisters, and I'm straight. So, I mean, if they bring home a guy, I'm just like, what's up, dude? How you doing?
That's true.
But like
on the
you,
other hand,
though,
on the brother.
yeah.
But like, I've never once thought like that, though.
It's true.
I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to go steal Josh's girl. Like, no, that's so weird, you know?
It's weird. Yeah. I don't know. So like what? I don't know. That's a weird thing. I can't verify that. So if you guys have any input on this, please let us know. Does that happen often? That'd be cool if you let us know.
I'm also curious, as like the fiance or husband or wife, are you concerned that your significant other is talking to your cousins so much too?
You know, I would say,
you're like, yeah, they're getting along with my family, and this is really cool.
Yeah. So that is something. I have a friend, and he has a girlfriend, and there was one time when I was just like messing around with the girlfriend, who I didn't really get along with very much. at first. And so I started like, kind of goofing around with the girlfriend. And then he all of a sudden got mad at me because I was goofing around with her. And I was like, isn't this what you want? Like, why?
You want to be friends.
Like, don't you want us to be friends, or do you not want us to be friends?
Hate each other's guts?
Yeah, do you want us to hate each other still? Or like, what's the plan here? And so I don't know if it's like just maybe that's just an insecure thing. But yeah, I mean, to me, like, let's say at some point in the future I get a girlfriend, I would hope that you would be able to like go out and get a drink and talk about what you guys are going to give me for my birthday or something.
Like, you're as good of friends as we are, or something like that.
Yeah,
like
it's like a friend group. It's like How I Met Your Mother or something.
Dude,
it's like
I always think of that because
New Girl.
Marshall and Lily in How I Met Your Mother, like a pinnacle relationship of like that's what that show is deeming as a great solid foundation for a relationship. Right? Yeah, and Ted is always. He can hang out with Marshall, gets annoyed when Lily's around sometimes, but he also has like really wholesome moments with her as well. Yeah. And can be around her and talk to her about the realest shit possible. Yeah. And I find that just like really comforting that could happen.
It's the point. I mean, look at New Girl. You got like Nick, he's with Jess, but then he talks to like Cece sometimes, or Schmidt talks to Jess sometimes, or what. Like, I mean, granted, they all live together or whatever, but it still is like, right. You can go do something, I don't know. Yeah. So I would hope that I have.
It's just a cool dynamic. Yeah. That I currently don't have. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
and is that fabricated though? I don't, probably.
Well, no, I mean, it sounds like, people overstep their bounds though. So
let's continue.
Yeah.
Well, she returned home. And now I'll say it
after the kiss.
Yeah. I returned home and told my future husband about the kiss. Good for her for being honest.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Thankfully, he was understanding. Good for him.
Yeah. I'd be peeved though. Not at her, but at the cousin.
Oh yeah. You definitely might have a talk with him. I'd say
be like, hey, my guy.
What's going on, bro?
What's good here?
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's good.
But one thing I didn't tell him was that after the apologies and pleading, his cousin got extremely upset over me turning him down. Oh, God. I already see where this could go. Some time had passed, and I had forgot about the whole thing. I mean, what else can you do when the cousin of your future husband kisses you? Avoid him forever? So we started meeting up as friends. Since we were both starving ourselves, we always went to the same place for food, but after a couple times, his attitude changed a bit. I felt like it wasn't healthy for either of us to meet up, so I told him that. He asked me to meet up one last time, and stupidly, I said sure. We went to the usual spot, and during dinner, he was talking about his apartment and job. But then I realized this wasn't a normal talk about his life. He was trying to impress me. He then told how happy he could make me. I got uncomfortable, told him we were not doing this again, and asked him to drive me home. It was really late, and instead of driving me home, he drove to a forest preserve. It was pitch black because all the lights were off. I immediately felt uneasy. This is like, she might die situation.
Yeah, what the hell?
This turned so fast. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
When the car came to a stop, I noticed we were alone in the parking lot. I grew this horrible feeling that something was going to happen. I didn't question him out of fear and instead let him speak first. He turned off his car. Then he turned and looked at me and said, "We were meant for each other."
Oh, no.
Again, I didn't want to upset him, so I just said that he knew I was engaged and that we were just friends.
Yeah, that's that situation. You have to be careful because he could snap.
You got to play it off like very calm, collected, right?
You got to be like, chill. Hey, so I appreciate what you're saying, but like,
you know, when we talked about the third guy that got away or whatever, right?
He played the game.
And sometimes you have to play the game to stay the most safe to get the out of there.
Yeah, so like, she could have just been like, "Hey, listen, I got a husband, but like I'll break it off with him if we just go back home." And then the dude starts like, "Oh,"
and then you get the out.
That's what you do. Then you go back home and then
you tell your husband, you go, I am very scared.
The second you get home, call the cops. Get your shoddy.
Oh, yeah. He had told me about his history of violence. So at this point, I was terrified.
Yeah, no fucking way, dude. Oh, no. Well, her first mistake, no offense.
Meeting up with him again.
Yeah. Yeah. You should have just let sleeping dogs lie.
And maybe he was a cool guy and you did want to try to be friends.
Yeah,
but
and you had the
point,
shared experience of the
addiction
disorder and stuff.
Addiction, yeah.
Yeah, so I get it.
You found someone that you could connect to.
Yeah,
totally. But like, I don't know, the first time around, getting upset over like him kissing you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he started getting really upset. When I saw tears falling down his face, that was when he said that he loved me.
Oh.
This guy's just digging a hole, bro. God. He then put his arms around my neck and held it there really hard. His arm was around my neck and I'd been looking straight ahead, but my vision blurred. And before I knew it, I woke up to a police officer at his window.
So like his arm, like he reached his arm around her, probably like around the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Dazed, I heard the officer ask if I was okay. I was really scared and confused. I then noticed I had some vomit on my shirt and I'd wet my pants. The cousin had pressed down on my artery for long enough that it knocked me out. He was a wrestler in high school, so I suppose that's where he learned that. He was telling the officer we were fine and that I was drunk. He got a ticket, but I was too afraid to say anything. I genuinely thought that if I got him arrested, my future husband's family would have blamed me and hated me from that point forward. That sucks.
I get it, but you got to look out for you in that situation.
I know. But, I mean, she's kind of being forced at will at that point, though.
Yeah.
I had said I was fine, but that I wanted to go home now. I thought if I had said it in front of the officer, he would drive me home because he took our names and he wouldn't risk trying something else. So he drove me home and didn't say anything. I don't know if he was trying to kill me or just got upset. He went way overboard. Regardless, he almost did kill me and it really fucked me up. A person doesn't vomit and wet themselves after neck compression unless they almost died.
Yeah, holy shit.
I told my now husband, but it wasn't for a while. I felt it was partially my fault for meeting up with him. I only saw the cousin a couple more times during the holidays, and then he stopped coming. But he didn't dare speak to me after what he did. Just occasionally caught glimpses of each other. But honestly, if that officer hadn't shown up, I don't know if I'd be here.
God.
Cal, you got thoughts on that?
Damn. Yeah,
it's just that's a crazy story.
I think we can use this as regardless whether they're your family or your future family, if you don't feel safe in a situation, you need to stop,
speak up to people that you trust.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's just like,
it's hard in those situations.
And
though,
you're
right?
also, if you're going to be a part of the family, you need to bring up, things like that. Little things that might not make you feel safe. Cause I don't know.
But then you run the nerves and, being scared of you telling your potential husband or wife or whatever, for her case, her husband, about this cousin that she's really scared of. And what if he's like, really? Well, he hasn't done anything. All that, really kind of in denial at that point.
Then that's a red flag on the husband's part.
Maybe, but he seemed pretty understanding from the story. So maybe he would have listened to her. But I don't know. Also, the first part of the story, it's just like, you should have never met with him again.
Yeah, she says she feels responsible for that.
Oh yeah. But man,
yeah, that's a tough thing to go through.
I'm glad that seems she's living a more normal life with that family and the holidays and stuff, and that he doesn't show up anymore. So that's maybe a relief.
Yes. So we thank you for sending your story, and we are happy that everything worked out.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I would have just called the cop or told the cop because like that kid can't be out there. I mean, because he might do it to somebody else.
It's true. It's very true. He could totally do that to somebody else, and maybe has. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. He's got some.
She was
issues.
so right though. Like you don't just vomit and wet your pants just out of the blue.
I thought he drugged her at first before she said the artery thing.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know. I didn't know that happened.
That's crazy.
Well, once again, we're happy you're safe. Thank you again for your story.
Appreciate it. All right, guys, let's move on to the final story of the episode. This one is also anonymous. I'm assuming that if we ever do this in the future, the ones that deal with like stalkers and stuff are going to be more anonymous because, I mean, that's pretty obvious.
If you're telling the story, you probably don't want them to hear it if they listen or something crazy.
Exactly.
Because stalkers be crazy.
But also, if you're listening to us and you stalk, stop it. Get some help.
Slap on the wrist. Stop that.
Stop it. Please. Get some help.
Turn yourself in.
Turn yourself in.
Stop doing that.
Make sure you pop up in a brewski and then turn yourself in. Finish listening to this episode and then go turn yourself in. Anyway, so this is anonymous, as I said. So I started texting someone I had met on a dating app. They made the combo super 18 plus as soon as we moved to text. I wasn't playing.
Sound familiar?
Our 28 days later episode that we had like a month ago, I guess, is that's a fun one. You guys should watch that if you haven't yet.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that one.
Oh, well, that one's so fun. We talk about unsolicited dick pics and shit. That one's so funny.
That one is funny, but I was talking about a different one.
What were you talking about?
Remember that catfish lady from the dating app?
Which one?
Where she was just sending you immediate like green texts with like the craziest like send me pictures of your dick and shit. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Sounds like this.
It does sound like this. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I matched with this girl on Hinge and she's like, "Oh, hey, you want to like it was like a super friendly conversation."
She seems like such an innocent person.
Yeah,
her
she's
pictures looked really nice. And
she seemed like a pretty down to earth girl. And then she's like, "Hey, would you like my number?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll take your number." So we moved it to text, and like, yeah, as soon as we got there, she was like, "What position do you like?" And so I was like, "Whoa!"
Red flag number one: green text.
Oh yeah, she kept going. She kept saying, "Send me a picture of your thing," and I was like, "Nah, I'm not. I don't do that. Sorry. Even if you ask, I don't do it. Who wants to see that shit? It looks like a face hugger. Like I don't want to see that shit." The alien already burst out the chest, and it's looking all right. That's what it looks like. I'm not. They're not great. I don't know why anybody wants to see that shit unless you're like.
It was very aggressive.
It was aggressive. I was just reading the text to Jake and he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, this is weird. Yeah, needless to say, I blocked that ass.
As you should.
Yeah, that's not my thing. Anyway. So yeah, they made let me restart. I started texting someone I had met on a dating app. They made this convo super 18 plus as soon as we moved to text. I wasn't playing into it as I was currently at a family Christmas party. It was literally 2 p.m. So the guy is just cataclysmically horny.
Yeah.
2 p.m.?
Yeah.
2 p.m. around
usually
Christmas
those are like
time?
2 a.m. texts, right?
Christmas time.
You're around family.
God, and he's like, "No,
it's 2 p.m. It's like I gotta get this
2
going.
p.m.
You know?
Oh shit. Oh, he's a business call. Shit, 2 p.m.
Ooh, get that stretch, Sully.
Gotta send a picture of my dick real quick. Give me 1 second, guys.
He's like, "Where's your bathroom at?"
Yo, yeah. He's at the Christmas party. Yo, where's the bathroom at, dude? It's 2 p.m. What does that mean? Oh, I gotta do something real quick.
I'm on a schedule.
I gotta do something real quick.
Okay, it's right around to the corner on your left.
But like, why do you have to go to the bathroom at 2 p.m.? Oh, I just gotta send a quick picture of my dick, you know? Just a quick picture, dude, of my schlong. Guy's like, did you just hear fucking Greg? What the fuck? What was that
And
about?
that guy in the background, like, hell yeah.
Everybody else can leave. Like, do you hear that?
Then they look at him and go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, Greg, what? He's like, "Oh yeah, no." He's like, "Yeah, he does that, but I need the bathroom at 3." Yeah, it's a whole thing, you know. It's on our schedule.
We could totally build a whole skit out of that.
Anyway, don't send dick pics. Obviously, I was busy, but after I wouldn't respond fast enough, he started sending me dick pics, as you do.
Why is it always the dick pics, bro?
Well, I think it's funny too. He's like, she hasn't responded in 2 minutes. Here's a picture of my cock. A normal person would be like, oh, okay, yeah, she just hasn't responded. She's probably busy.
Finally looks at her phone. Yeah. She hasn't even seen the other text and goes, what the fuck?
Immediate mushroom.
God.
Shit crazy. Anyway, guys are so stupid, dude. Anyway, when I didn't respond, he grew upset and asked if his magic wand wasn't good enough.
Jesus. Clearly not.
He would send more and more photos trying to get me to reply, but since I was at a family event that he also knew I was at, I didn't find it the best time or place to look at any text from him.
I would agree. Like, leave her alone if she doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Take the hint, buddy.
Before I stopped opening his messages, he felt the need to ask me if his photos made me wet.
Oh, God.
When I told him that I wasn't even thinking or looking at them because I was with my family and was currently holding my 5-month-old nephew, he replied with, so you can still be wet.
What fuck? Okay. Imagine being at the family event. Your phone is just like ding, ding, ding. Your mom's going, oh, let me get that for you, honey. Your phone's going off. What the hell? You're like, Mom, what is it? What is this dick on your phone? Oh, God, I don't know. No. It could go so poorly.
Again, think about it. You're just chilling with your boys, and this one guy, like the flip side of the coin is like, he's like, yo, she hasn't replied, dude, in like 2 minutes.
That dude's like, dude, like, just let her. She'll respond. She's doing stuff.
No, yonder across the way is like, dude, you know what you should do? Send a pic of your fucking me, dude. It's like, everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? That's such a sick idea. Dude, that'd be so
Why
fucking
does it sound
sick.
Like an episode of fucking CB Valley? Dude?
It's kind of what I was making. Dude, she hasn't liked a single photo of my cock yet. Are you kidding me?
Dude, you know what you got to do?
Send another one, dude. Go ahead, airdrop that bitch. Anyway, she goes, I'm sorry, what? When I got home.
Still be wet. It's crazy.
It's fucking wild, dude. When I got home, I decided to take a bath because the day I had was rough. He's now blowing up my phone, wondering where I went and if I was finally home yet. Mind you, I told him I was busy and may not reply till later in the night. I've known this man for 5 hours at this point.
She's wet now. Taking a bath.
Oh, God. I was like, where's this joke going? Oh, my God. Anyway, he asked me what I was thinking about after I got home, 9 p.m. And I told him, sleep, to be honest.
I'm tired.
He didn't like the reply I gave him and asked me why I wasn't thinking about the photos he sent and how I couldn't go back and look at them. This dude was nothing but provocative with me, and I turned it down many times, telling him I was upset due to a recent breakup and not looking for hookups. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He kept spamming my phone and calling me even when I told him I was heading to bed. I was drinking the same night to unwind from the long day I spent with family. He woke me up with a call. I answered it angrily. Jesus Christ. I answered it angrily. But he just kept questioning me as to why I wasn't talking to him because he wanted to talk to me. So should I be there to talk to him? I told him I was sleeping.
You have no obligation.
No obligation.
You don't have to talk to him.
Also, I would
block
say just block his
number.
The second I got a picture of like Schmeat, I'd be like,
you're blocked.
Anyway, I told him I was sleeping and didn't want to talk. This man asked me, well, aren't you drunk? Shouldn't you be in the mood? Like, really?
Bro is on one.
Like I said before, cataclysmically horny.
I am honestly sorry for our gender out there.
Well, also, okay, look.
All these fucking...
Post-nut clarity is a thing.
It is.
This guy could just go beat his meat and then be like,
that was probably a bad idea. No, but it's just like all these fucking dudes are ruining it for people, once again, like us, that are just kind of chill and don't do this crazy shit.
I know.
And then girls get scared and don't want to talk to you and get annoyed if you try to approach them and you're like, all right, let me just fucking hide in this corner then and just not do anything.
I'm just going to chill here. I don't want to come off as like one of these guys.
Yeah.
Like I usually don't care what other people think, but making girls feel unsafe is like the last fucking thing that I ever want.
Completely.
So in doing so, I just sit in the back and just do my own thing.
Yeah.
Just hang out with my group and just drink a Coors.
You're like, if a girl comes up to me, whatever, am I going to go up to them and bother them on a night they want to have fun? Probably not.
Probably not.
And you know that's kind of selfish, and people would be like, why don't you go up to her? Because of the amount of stories people have told us where they don't like that. And then you're like stuck in this confused state going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have that. You know what I mean? Like I that's not, I don't want to be known as that, like that guy. So instead, I would just I'll just sit there and just be sipping on a brewski and enjoying the music. That's about it. So, music. Anyway. Yeah. I used to be really good at it. I'm not going to lie to you. I used to be really good at like, talking to girls.
It was a different time.
I also played football, and that, believe it or not, was kind of like the only thing I needed. My Riz has been ass for probably my entire life. But when girls see, oh, that guy's a football player, the door opens. Now, when I stopped playing football, your boy got humbled because now I don't get shit. Granted, no, I mean, the ex that I had after college, that wasn't like we made the eye contact in line. You were there. You remember that?
I was, yes.
Yeah. So that was like
sealed it right there.
Yeah.
If she gives you the come over to me eyes,
different story. I think that's a different story.
Yeah.
You just keep like staring at each other from like across the way.
A couple smiles.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, she wants me to come over there.
But guys, if you look and you try to give her the look and she looks at you and immediately, like, she don't give you a smile, she gives you the frown and she starts talking to her girls, that's your cue to be like, all right, anyway, I'm going to go over here.
Just leave.
That is not your cue to send a dick pic. Stop it. Anyway, I ended up hanging up on him and ignoring any messages from him until the morning. As you should. I also would have blocked him by now.
Still blocked him, damn it.
I didn't reply until later in the afternoon, and by this time, another gentleman I had met a few weeks before asked me on a date.
Go out with him then.
You got that roster. I get it.
I don't get it.
I, of course, said yes and had a great time. The said date went well, and I drank at his place. It got late, and we were pretty tipsy from the shots, so I stayed at his place for I know, shots on a first date is wild shit.
First date jitters, just might as well take a shot, get the juices flowing.
You basically go back to like the dude's house, and he's like, hey, you want to rip a couple shots? And
dude, that's crazy, though.
That is crazy.
I'd be like, you want like a glass of wine or like a beer or something?
No, Jake, apparently full on shots. Write that down.
Where's my notes? No, you're just like, Hey, Becky, today was fun. I'm still really nervous. You want to take a couple shots?
Yeah, you want to go fucking tear into this bottle of tequila I just bought?
That would be crazy.
She's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm dealing with this other guy. He's sending me dick pics. Pour me 8.
Like, let's.
God damn. Anyway.
Fucking shots.
So she ended up just staying at his place. She didn't want to drive. I mean, obviously.
That's the safe play.
All right. This other dude ended up calling me at 3 a.m. while I'm laying next to my date. I picked up the phone in a half asleep daze and said, hello. He called to tell me that he was at my apartment complex and wanted me to let him in so we can congregate.
How does he know where you live?
I know. That's crazy. Being confused as to how he knew where I lived, I woke up very quickly. I asked him how he knew where my place was at, and he proceeded to tell me Facebook and some of my family's pages that I was tagged in. I assume he saw my mom's post when we moved in 2 years ago with the apartment sign in the background of the photo.
This is why sometimes you should keep your private life in like your home and stuff and your address out of the social media.
Or keep that Glock ready.
And be on private so no one can see your shit.
I never told this man my last name. Freaking out, I woke up my date and let him know what was going on. He takes me back to the house, but we don't go to my door. We looked around and I ended up asking him what he was driving. We found the car that he was in and we drove by slowly and I took down the plates. I called the local sheriff's office and let him know what was going on so they can send an officer out here to ask this person to leave the property. Once he was gone, my date waited inside with me for an hour to be sure he wasn't coming back. We then headed back to my date's house and proceeded to sleep for the remainder of the night. Sadly, it didn't end there.
Oh, no.
I woke up, to a few more texts from a new number that I didn't have saved, and his was blocked. Sure enough.
Now she blocked it.
Sure enough, it was him asking me why I didn't give him a chance, telling me that I was perfect, but I let my emotions get in the way of what we could have had.
Bro, that's not her emotions. That's you just being a fucking creep.
I also think it's the 80 pictures you sent of your millimeter Peter. So telling me how I better not lose my chance at being with someone like him. Oh, buddy. There's a million guys like you.
No one wants to be like you.
Nobody wants to be that guy. He thought his 9-inch magic wand, it's probably like 6, maybe 4, was God's gift to the earth. And if I didn't take this opportunity now, I'll live the rest of my life wondering what real magic feels like. Boy, if you got that cocky ass attitude with what you're slinging, you better be slinging a bat. And we all know damn well a guy like you is not slinging a bat. He probably took it from like a different angle. He's like, oh yeah, look at that shit way down here.
Oh, that makes it look big.
Make sure the shadow's on.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Anyway, I had no words for this person. I was stunned. How did someone I didn't even know 24 hours before this turn into what it did? I was really creeped out. I told him more than once to leave me alone and that I was with someone. He asked why I picked a stranger over him, as if he wasn't also a stranger just the day before, not even a full day.
This all happened so fast.
This dude would say sorry after I snapped at him around 10:30 p.m., a bit before he showed up at my apartment building. He would say sorry and tell me that it was wrong of him to act that way, but then he proceeded to act the way he did. His last text to me was, no wonder you're still single. Yeah, no wonder I'm still single. Thoughts?
I think we had a bunch of thoughts throughout the whole story. This guy was a psychopath, complete creep.
Yeah, but
in such a short amount of time.
It sucks that, there's a lot of guys out there that are like that.
It does, and it sucks that these girls have to deal with that, ruining it. And stereotyping an average male for the rest of us.
I mean, think about it. The girls that we meet at bars and stuff, they're stereotyping girls for girls.
That is also true. Yeah.
We don't get, we're out here, meeting girls that probably have like OnlyFanses and shit, which hey, not knocking the hustle. I'm just saying personally, not my forte, not my thing. I do feel like maybe a guy like this, though, would be into your OnlyFans.
Probably.
He'd probably buy it. If you got an OnlyFans, that's your audience right there. That's them. I guess if they're paying your bills, who cares?
Is that satisfying?
Fuck no, dude.
Ew. Wow.
Anyway.
That's just a crazy story.
So who the fuck calls it a
magic wand? I hope you're
wand?
safe because fuck that guy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, why are you...
Who calls it a magic wand? Alakadabra! when you finish,
you'll never have a wand like this. You're a wizard, Harry.
Imagine you guys are doing like a Harry Potter role play night. You walk in, you got like your nose pulled up. Are you ready for my wand? Fucking Voldemort. Harry, are you ready for my wand?
Jesus. Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh man. Oh God, I'm sorry. No, that's a horrifying story, and I just can't believe that there's guys like that. I don't think. I mean, yeah, it's freaky for sure, but I don't think that guy. He's too much of a pansy. He wouldn't have done anything. Like I know like guys that are like that. There was a few on my football team. Not to out you guys, but quit that shit. Anyway, yeah, they were kind of just
it's weird.
They were just weird. Yeah, they were just super like horny. And, if a girl was like kind of playing with him a little bit, like, okay, we respect that you brought the story to us, but like, I guess my point is she could have blocked him way earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And so the kind of like keeping him around.
But would that have stopped him from even finding her house still?
I mean, he did he did get another number. So, I mean, that is true. But a lot of guys would stop at the block.
Yeah. They'd be like, my text isn't going through.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, fuck, I got blocked. That's a humbling experience. You're like, damn, I got blocked. That's great.
I don't think I've ever gotten blocked.
I don't think so either. I've definitely done the blocking.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've never gotten blocked. At least I don't remember.
I've definitely gotten blocked on Instagram, though.
No, that's not true. All right.
I've gotten blocked on Instagram, for sure. Because people are just like, friendships broke off, and then all of a sudden you just get blocked, and you're like...
That's weird.
And then all of a sudden they unblock you and follow you back. And
you're like, what the fuck?
What's going on here?
There's my first ever girlfriend.
She was number one.
Yeah, she ended up like playing with my emotions. And so I broke up with her the first time. And yeah, I was a kid. I was fucking dumb. But her mom was like super into, like I told her that I was going to go see the movie Sinister. So this was in like 2012, 2013, whatever. And her mom was like, literally, this was my first meeting, and I was like, yeah, we're going to Sinister on Friday night or whatever. And the mom goes, now listen, I don't want you going to that movie. And the other girl, she was like, wait, what? And the mom was like, that's some bad juju. I don't want you bringing that bad juju in this house. And I go, like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck? What bad juju? It's just fucking horror movie. Like, what? So right then I was like, okay, the mom's a little strange,
little
here.
Off,
little
right?
Strange, like, I was like, that was a bit strange. Anyway,
yeah.
And then, so I ended up breaking up with her because I just wasn't feeling it. But then we kind of like started to rekindle, and it was summer, and we were at the fair in Elizabeth, and I remember I was sitting there, and so she had basically, she was like, hey, let's meet up for coffee, and I was like, cool, all right, cool, and then she ghosted me for like 3 days. And I remember every day I just sent one message saying, hey, it's me. Just, wondering, are we still getting coffee on like Wednesday or whatever? And that, no response. So the next day, hey, just checking in, hoping everything's all right. We getting coffee still. And then Wednesday came and I'm like, hey, I
probably
need to
not
know.
Getting coffee.
I'm just like, hey, just need to know, today's the day. Would you like to get coffee? Nothing. So I go, all right, whatever.
She texts you back and she's like, where were you? You weren't at the coffee shop.
No, she ended up texting me saying like that she was going to fucking like get me for harassment and shit. And like, she was going to call the cops. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? I just asked, you set up the coffee date. And I'm like, I just asked,
you're just confirming
one message a day. Hey, are we still on? Are we still, like, I haven't heard from you. Are we still
just
on?
Be respectful, and if it's not on, just say no.
Yeah, just say no. Like, that's fine. You could, change the heart, whatever it is, what it is. And also, we were kids. So
I never understand why people just can't be like, hey, not feeling this.
I know. And instead, you want to be like, harassment. It's like, I just sent like a message a day.
People are wondering because
leading up to the
if
thing.
Not, they can make other plans.
Yeah.
Do other shit.
No, anyway, after that, I think I texted her because I was a kid. If it was now, I would have been like, no. But I was a kid and I was just like, I don't know what what's going on. Like, I didn't, like, what did I do? And the mom texted me. The mom sent me a fucking novel and was like, you're disrespectful and all this. I was like,
did you get it from from her phone or from the mom's phone?
The mom's phone.
Oh,
the
God.
Mom sent me the whole message, dude. Oh my God, that was crazy.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So then I come to find out that girl ended up moving up to Highlands Ranch, which is where I went to finish my high school career. And after I had left and went to college, one of my little sister's basketball friends, her parents are friends with my parents. And they were like, hey, do you know this girl? Like, they were saying like, they came from Elizabeth. And then we were like, oh, we know people in Elizabeth. And basically my name got brought up. And they were like, oh, yeah, we don't like Cal. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, yeah, that's that crazy. So even my mom, I remember I told her the whole story. No, you know, and my mom was like, you should have told me. Because I didn't tell them because I thought they were going to like whoop my ass or something. For some reason, I just was like, oh my God, I got yelled at by an adult. I'm like, I'm going to get my ass beat. And my mom was like, no, we would have went over there and I would have had like, I would have been, because yeah, it was, that message was fucked up. Like it was fucked up. Like she was calling me names and shit. And I was like, I didn't do anything.
His
like,
mom was calling you names.
Yeah, the mom was
crazy.
acting like a child. So anyway, turns out, yeah, they said they didn't, you know, like me or my family or whatever. And then the people, the friends of my parents, they said like 6 months down the line, those people moved away because apparently the girl had hooked up with like every guy on the street, like in the neighborhood. And she said that every one of the guys like raped her.
Oh god.
So they were all going to court and stuff. So then like the whole neighborhood was like out against them because they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
She got some issues she needs to figure out.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's a horrible thing if it was true, but from my experience, that girl was just, and her family was just crazy.
I know. It is wild.
So anyway, yeah, I guess that could be a strange encounter for me too. I got yelled at by an adult for asking to go to coffee. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. But looking back, I'm just like, nah.
I don't know. Confirmation messages I don't think are that bad. It's when you're like, why aren't you answering me? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, those the pestery.
And I've never done that. I've never done that because that annoys me, and it always has.
I've had that happen to me, and it is annoying. You're just like, God damn, let me have 5 minutes.
The more text that you get, the more you don't want to like do the thing with them, right? So then it's just kind of like, yeah, it's weird. So
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
that is the end.
Cool, man.
Thank you guys for your stories. We always appreciate reading other people's stories. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
Not saying your stories are fun, but like the experiencing it's very fascinating.
Yeah, we
just
only
kind
have
of what goes on in the world, you know?
Yeah,
we only have our stories, right? But you've heard them many times.
Exactly.
I mean, we got plenty more too.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll come up, but at some point, yeah, we're gonna run dry, you know. So
but we thank you. We hope you all are safe now and doing well. And we might do a part 2.
Jake, do you smell that? It smells like fresh submissions to SPN Productions.
Sure does.
What is that? A little hint of cinnamon? You have to waft it.
It's a nice aroma.
What is that? Cinnamon and horror films? Cinnamon and
passion.
Passion. That's probably how that dude with the fucking third story said that shit.
Are you wet? You should be.
You should be wet with passion. What do you think his name is? Let's give him a name. What do you think his name is?
This is really bad, but I think he's a Trevor. And I know a couple Trevors, and they're actually good people.
They're really good people.
But I don't know. Fun. But I just feel like his name is Trevor.
Oh my god!
What would you say? What would you say?
You know, he's kind of a freak, right?
Yeah.
And he you know, he's calling shit magic wand, so he might be a little nerdy. He might be like a nerdy like jock. I'm gonna say his name is Jamiroquai. It's like kind of a long name, right? Like a nerdy guy probably has like an Edward or something, but it's like not as elegant. Jamiroquai. Yeah. Or Chadsworth. I could see a Chadsworth. Would you like a picture of my penile organ?
All right, guys. Thanks.
I can make these jokes all day.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Supernaturals. We appreciate you. Looking for your submissions.
Don't send pictures of your penis.
We do not want those.
No, I'm not. I mean, just generally, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's weird
also,
how we
don't do that to us, please.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you do that to us, I'm gonna John Wick your ass. Anyway, let's find. That was not a threat. Let's just don't do it. I don't know what the fuck I was about to say. I don't know. Got on the
submit to SPN Productions.
Yes.
We're looking for your creative and passionate projects.
Yes,
as always, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok,
follow the Patreon.
Of course, look at our Patreon. We got bonus stuff in there.
Yeah, we're trying to add some new bonus content on the Patreon.
Yes, we are. So keep an eye out on that. We appreciate you. If you're already subscribed on there, thank you. And guys, we will see you next time.
I was trying to end with like a joke, but I don't have one. I could make so many dick jokes.
You gonna say it?
Yeah, we'll see you guys around the graveyard.
Thanks for listening to this chilling episode of The Supernaturals. For your protection, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And stay tuned for the next episode.